Hi, this is Rob, and this is a description of how I built the Bossilator as an indicator. Everything started with a spreadsheet. As we talked about in the initial webinar that you watched at the very beginning of this course, I built the Bossilator by importing a ton of data into a spreadsheet for each currency pair and for each time frame currency pair. What you're looking at right now on the screen in front of you, this big mess of numbers, is simply a look at a bunch of 5-minute candles. Now, you don't know you're looking at 5-minute candles because they don't look like candles or bars, right? Here's what you're looking at. You're looking at candle number 4529. It comes from October 23rd of 2009. It was formed at 6:20 a.m. in the morning, and the opening price was 50.23 and the closing price was 50.20. The 800 period simple moving average at that point was 49.78. And what I did on this spreadsheet is calculate whether or not the currency pair at that moment in time was hitting the 800 simple moving average or not hitting the 800 period simple moving average. And if it was not hitting it, how far it was above or how far it was below. Well, in this case of candle number 4529, it was above the 800 period simple moving average and stayed above it all the way down through this spreadsheet until it hit it. It went 405 and then it hit the 800 period simple moving average. I simply look at the difference between where the 800 period simple moving average is and where the closing price of the candle is, and can tell if the closing price of the candle met or exceeded the 800 period simple moving average. I looked at all the different instances where the currency pair had spent time away from the 800 period simple moving average and then did some basic calculations. I would look at the average distance it was above, the average distance it was below, the maximum number or maximum length of time that the currency pair spent away from the 800 period simple moving average, the maximum length of time that it spent below the 800 period simple moving average, and once again, the average length of time it spent above and the average length of time it spent below. I doubled those numbers to give you sort of an excessive length of time ideal. And that's how the spreadsheet was built, and that's how the Bossilator was built. It's simply a spreadsheet that shows thousands and thousands of 5-minute candles in this case for one currency pair, the euro dollar in this case, and looked at the lengths of time that this currency pair on this time frame chart could spend away from the 800 period simple moving average.